Starting a firm, what sort of financial forms should you create to understand the viability of the endeavor? So we have 4 different possibilities here. A, profit and loss statement. B, pro forma. C, cash flow reports. D, loan agreement. So if we look back and we're kind of trying to figure out what's going on, we're talking about we're starting a firm, so it's not a firm that's already going, and we're looking at the viability of it. So is this a viable idea? So nothing has really happened yet other than thinking about it. So when we look through these, a profit and loss statement, well, P&L is when I have costs that have gone out and I have money having come in. So I'm looking to see, do they match? Do I have enough money to cover the costs that go out and all of that? So that's only when something is going already. So it's not A. Similar, a cash flow report, C, doesn't make any sense either, because a cash flow report is talking about the flow of money. That's like how much cash do we have on hand and how does it relate to the amounts of money that we're going to be paying out as we go along. So the only 2 possible ones really are B and D, a pro forma and a loan agreement. And kind of interestingly, if you're going to get a loan in order to start a business, you're going to need a pro forma. Now, you may not call it that. It can be referred to as a spreadsheet, or there's any number of ways you might talk about it. But a pro forma is a document that goes through and says, here's what we think the incomes will be. Here's what we think the costs will be. And so the costs would be, all right, we're going to go for a year. How much will it cost us to pay our employees? How much will it cost for insurance? How much will it cost for rent? How much will it cost for computers? You're kind of putting all of the costs out there. And then on the income, you're saying, well, we think we'll be able to get 2 small projects and 3 big projects over the span of the year. And we think that those will bring in revenues of X amount, and you can add them all up. And then if you can add up the revenues and they're more than the costs going out, then that's a viable pro forma. You're essentially saying that those numbers will work. Pro forma can be as simple as a few lines on an Excel spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be super complicated. But they can also be, much more complicated, where you start bringing in loans that you're saying, well, our loan amount, so we're not going to try to cover this year's amount right away. We're going to be able to sort of use this over a span of time. So they can be quite complicated, but in general, the gist of them is pretty simple. It's just saying, is this a viable enterprise? This is how much money we think we'll have coming in. This is how much money we think we'll have going out. Does it make sense to start this business? If you're going to get a loan from somebody, they are absolutely going to want to see that document, because you can't, if you're getting a loan from somebody and they don't believe that you're a viable entity, then they're not going to give you that loan. So this is one of the ways that you would show people that you are actually a viable endeavor. So the answer is going to be B. You're going to do a pro forma.
And for those of you who are ready to start preparing for the ARE, and if you're already an AIA member, you can use coupon code 32917PMYT to get a 15% discount for the entire duration of your ARE exam prep membership. And then finally, leave a comment below the video to let us know what you think. Share any suggestions you may have. I promise we'll read every word that you write and use them to tune our next episodes. So thanks for watching.